The sound of the piano came from what his father called the living room and what his mother called the parlor. It sounded like music from another world far away, the white talk and louder on a summer crowded beach must sound to an exhausted swimmer who struggles with the undertow. His fingers found the switch. They snapped it, and nothing, no light, craves the power. Georgie snatched his arm back as if from a basket filled with snake. He stepped back from the open cellar door, his heart hurrying in his chest. The power was out of course. He had forgotten the power was out. Gisli Crow. What now? Go back and the bill. He couldn't get the box of paraffin because the power was out and he was afraid that something might get him as he stood up the cellar stairs. Something that wasn't a commie or a miss murder but a creature much worse than either. That is that it will simply slither part of its router cell up between the stairs wrist and grab his ankle. That won't go over big, wouldn't it? Others might laugh at such a fancy but wouldn't laugh. Bill would be mad. Bill will say, grow up, Georgie. Do you want this boat or not? As if this though were his cue, Bill called it from his bedroom. Dear your Georgie? No, I am getting it. Bill, Georgie called back at once. He rubbed at his arms, trying to make the ghastly goosey flesh disappear and be smooth skin again. I just stopped to get a drink of water. Well, hurry up. So he walked down the four steps to the cellar shelf, his head a warm, breathing hammer in the throat, the hair on the nape of his neck standing at attention. He say hot, his hands cold. Sure, that at any moment the cellar door would swing shut on its own, closing of the white light falling through the kitchen windows. And then he would hear it, something worse than all the commies and murders in the world. Worse than the Japs, worse than Attila the Hun, worse than the some things in 100 horror movies. It going deeply, he would hear the groan in those lunatic seconds before it pounced on him and unzipped his guts. The cellar smell was worse than ever today because on the flood their house was high on Whitman Street near the crest of the hill and they had escaped the worst of it. But there was still standing were down where that had speed speed in through the whole rock foundations. The smell was low and unpleasant, making you want to take only the shallowest breaths. Jerry sifted through the junk of the shell as fast as he could. Old cans of kiwi shoe polish and shoe polish rice, a broken kerosene lamp, two moss empty bottles of Windex.